They seemed to love it. It was always a little isolated for me over there. I mean, I had to go to the Chamber of Commerce, was president for a few years, and got in all kinds of battles with that. But my wife got sick, so I spent, after we got up there, to retire, we had all this time, for the first time, have time together, and do all these things, and she couldn't take me and walk down the mailbox with me. Asthma and emphysema took over, and I went on oxygen, and I became a caregiver for all those years. And so I was limited on what I could do. I played handball, and
you still continue to play handball and exercise?
Then I had to come off the island really to do it. Yeah, well, I worked on the farm. I built big rock walls and built the farm up and all that sort of thing. But basically, there was still something missing. But I had to get her off. I thought, well, the island, maybe the farm there, the sheep and all that, maybe that's
too much.
Cause. So I brought her and built a place, non-allergenic materials here at Skyline, and I thought that was that she'd come back.
When did you move then?
I think it was '89.
Okay.
I guess it was '89. And it kind of worked out well for my son, because he was able to come over here with us, and he went up and finished college, and he did well. He did pretty well. I mean, it's the guy who just turned right. He's really great. And he's pushing me.
Where's your daughter? Where is she now?
She just got offered the job as head librarian down at Crafton Hills Community College. Good librarian. It's all
took over your love of books.
Yeah, she made up her mind she wanted to be a librarian, and she got discouraged by a local librarian and all that, and she just made up her mind. When she gets her back up, she's pretty quiet and shy lady, basically. But if you say no to me, watch out. So she went on, and she is really good.
Where's Crafton Hills?
Crafton Hills is out by Redlands, California, San Bernardino
California.
area. It's like a little country club place. So she's not sure what she wants to do. She's got a couple of adopted kids. They're good kids, and I love them. And she's got a house here that an arson house she took over, and here we go. So they come up and stay there. I don't know if it's an end. And we're working on the Museum of Childhood together for the last 5 years. We've been putting that together, and
sounds interesting.
So we stay. The family stays involved. Thomas is my publisher, and hustles everything. I would have gone to that convention. He set it all up and got them to pay the way for me and everything. So he's doing this all the time with me, and so we're marketing the book together and all of that. So the family stays very, very, very close. And
that's great.
So, what else?
That's been one that's been very interesting. It sounds to me like, just from listening to this, that you've always been in control of your life.
Yes, Ruth was important. My wife was very important. I mean, she took care of the finances. When she died, just tell a quick story of that. She woke up twice from a coma. She went to a coma. We finally, I kept saying, "You got to get well."
And you were on Orcas at the time.
No, this is back. Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
And she was in such misery. She didn't know her next breath was going to get there. And I'd have to run in, and I had to fix all her medication. And so forth. And this is my life then. This is it. And I can remember one time I came home from the store, and I dawdled or something, and I got, and she says, "You're late," and I had to have, and I go, "Oh, Jesus!" I jumped up and down. I said, "Die, will you?" And I, oh my God, what have I said? And I walked out of the room. And I've told this other people that become caregivers, look, go ahead and get mad. Let it go. I mean, you're going to feel that way. You can't pretend or hide. And I walked out of the room, and this is her saving thing. I heard her laughing. She had this goddamn great sense of humor. I said, "I'm calling the kids. I got to tell them." So it was a movement. But she woke up twice from the coma. And the one time she woke up, just, she's dead coma, and she says, "I don't want to die until the Academy Awards." She was about this time. And she loved the Academy Awards. And they went back into the coma. Then, the same day she died, she woke up and said, "Al, go ahead and live your life for the both of us."
Did she get the opportunity to watch the Academy Awards?
No. She didn't make it. But
how did you cope through all that, Phil? What did you use?
My daughter moved in with the two kids with me, stayed up here with me. That wasn't it. It was, I really missed her. I can live in her now. I can feel her, kind of her presence and what she'd be thinking about what I'm doing. And I had to really kind of think about, what do you want? So I keep, go play handball and reading and this and that, but I still got gas. I need to move and do some things. So, and I wasn't sure, and I missed her and missed her companionship. The funny thing was the nurse that had been coming to see her with the doctor. They came after we'd gone into hospice after we stopped using the nurse, and they kept coming to see her because she had this. They loved it. I hear them in there laughing. She had this magic of she could get to people. She'd ask them outrageous questions. Well, when did you lose your virginity? Tell me about it. Things like that, and they loved to talk. So she had this thing, and so the nurse, who was young and cute and so forth, she called me. I went to Ireland, took Tom with me, and went and played the national championship, things like that I couldn't get away from before. And so I kind of had a little relationship with this nurse for a while, but it was a May, December thing. And the reality is, she's still a good friend. I still see her. So, but then a year after that, through the library, the Friends Library, and books, and so I met Joe Bailey. Now, Joe and I have been now close.
Joe
Bailey, yeah. Joe and I have been close now for 3 years. And it's a good, she's not rude, and she's a different person. And she understands about Ruth and talk about it, that. And she knows that, the first thing she heard about me is that guy really takes care of Ruth well. That's it. So I've got this going for me. So I do have this companionship, and we've been over to England, Ireland, Costa Rica. It was my first chance to really travel. It was what I should have been able to do with Ruth. We weren't able to do that.
Doesn't sound like you're done with your life's work, though, at all, to me.
Well, in other words, I'm just starting, but it could happen. It could be end tomorrow, and that's okay with me. It's like, all right. But no, as long as I'm going to be here, then. And Ruth got me into coming here. And I like the people. I like the like
it's dynamic.
And so forth. I like a lot of the. They're really. I could see, geez, a lot of energy in it. So I could put some things together. So that's how we got the book and paper show and all that. But I learned some other things, that. Can't count on the senior being there next year. I had a great team now. Hey, got a team here, and they're gone. There's a good person, they're gone, they're sick, or their spouse has died, or they've died, and so then I got to start all over again.
But think of what you learned from them and
carry on. It's good. So I respect this place, and that's the importance of it is tremendous in people's lives. Some of them wouldn't know what they were. They'd be sitting home playing solitaire. But this has given them like a whole new life. I'm looking at. I'm in a second life now. And
are you satisfied with where you are today and who you are?
No, I've never been satisfied. I never will be satisfied. I'm always a little bit of edge, a little bit of discontent. That no, I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I do some other things. I've done this technical advisory service for attorneys I work for about 4 years. I'm an expert witness. And so I'm brought in on any sports accident. They usually call me and ask if I will work with a lawyer. So I got a case right now, for example, out of Anchorage, Alaska, on a diving death. So I've had all these things around the edges that I kind of keep going. And then I do shows. I do about 6 shows that I produce, plus selling. I have an antique business, too. So I got all these little things. It's too much. My life's too cluttered because of it. So every day I have to sit down and make a list. What did I cut out here? I mean, what do I really not want to do? What am I discontent? Like this afternoon, I go down to the library. I volunteer down there to learn how to. I'm covering the books, the soft cover ones. And it's a real skill. So I put in the time because I want to learn that. Because I'm planning to put together a book seminar that I'll probably do one here for the Elder Hostel. And I want to take it and package it and take it on a cruise ship. So I'm involved with that. And but do I have an order to my life? No, not really. I mean, it's really a big clutter, and I don't settle down. I've got these books to finish. I got 6 books on the burner right now. That I want to do.
Is that your clue to successful aging? have busy clutter in your life?
I think it can be damaging if you get the clutter and it really bothers you, and if you really let it stress you. My thing is nothing. I don't owe anything to anybody. Financially, I'm okay. Physically, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I went through throat thing here
Mm-hmm.
This past year, and there wasn't anything. It just
Mm-hmm.
so. And I work hard at trying to stay fit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a battle, and
Mm-hmm.
eating, and all. I try to. I would say I'm content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm content, but not completely satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
I like to stay in a comfort zone. To do other things, put myself out at risk, and even doing like this collectibles market coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I started feeling yesterday a little bit of stress. I had to
Mm-hmm.
fight Skyline because they changed the date of theirs and the same date as ours.
Mm-hmm.
So I fought that through and got them to
Mhm.
change theirs. And I'm running into some problem. There's too many collectibles markets all happening now in the spring, which means I've got to make ours look different some way.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I think I got this thing all, I can do this thing with my eyes closed and one hand in my pocket. No, because always something else is happening along the line here. So basically, as I say, if you let yourself get out of this comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be ready to do it. You have to be fit, healthy, and ready to take the stress and don't let it in any way seem that important to your life. I mean,
Mhm.
handle it. It's a problem. If you don't solve it, go to the backup thing and so forth. And that's what
Leave it and go to the next.
I'm never satisfied with anything I do. So that's the problem, because I said, this can be better. I'm not sad. I'm not happy. I wish I'd done it this way and so forth. But I'm not. It used to obsess me, and now it doesn't. I say, I don't need any of this. I can
Mhm.
turn my back right now and walk away from anything or anybody,
Mm-hmm.
and not look back.
Mm-hmm.
And if the worst comes to worst, and I will not ever allow myself to get to a point where somebody else is my caregiver or taking care of my life.
Mhm.
I'm not going to go for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm either going to stay
Fit and healthy.
as healthy as I can. And the other thing I've mellowed a lot, because what I do now, I used to be pretty ruthless. I got a lot of things done. But now I'm more concerned with how other people feel around me. And,
Mhm.
and I try to be a good person. I feel I can't change the world, but I can, within the scope of where I am, I'm not going to try to I'm not going to hurt anybody else or make them feel bad. I'm going to try to be supportive and caring with whoever it is. It doesn't matter. I mean, everybody's got a depth of things, personality and
Mhm.
stories and everything else.
Mhm.
They've got a whole big life there. You don't write anybody off. So I'll take time to sit with somebody and talk with them here, even though I should be running. Anyway, that's basically.
That's great. If you
Yeah.
could sum up your views on aging in one sentence, what would that be?
And I'm saying, no, look, I got a right to enjoy the aging process. I mean, I don't jump out of bed, spring out of bed like I used to.
Mhm.
I still come out one joint at a time. And sometimes I want to be moody, and sometimes I want to feel, hey, I got to hurry, and I am 70, and I want to take pleasure in the idea that I can still do. I'm 70 and I can still do these things.
Mhm.
There's a kind of a sense of pride in that.
Mhm.
But aging is a fact, and you're not going to live forever, and you're not going to be living a quality life maybe forever.
Mhm.
You can work really hard at it. It's
Mhm.
a job. It becomes a job. Aging becomes a job,
Mhm.
and you work at it, and that's all you can do.
Mhm.
You can't let it. There's a physical process to it, and so you can keep it from being a mental process.
Mhm.
And there's some good examples of it.
Mhm. And that's really, I think, almost what's really most important.
And we need good people that, like what you're moving towards.
Mhm.
We need people that understand this thing and can work with people
Mhm.
and help them accept and understand what is going on here. That there is a process here that's called aging, but you don't have to let it destroy you or beat you. I mean, some days
End of life.
all of a sudden you got cancer. Out of nowhere, you got cancer, and what are you supposed to say to that? There's nothing you can say to it. You're going to have to be able to
Go
say.
through a process of acceptance.
Yeah, death is part of the process.
It's part of
And it's
life.
coming to all of us. And the best you can do is say day by day, moment by moment, make the best of it. If you're standing there doing something, like I'm probably going to do this afternoon, I think this is my last day down here at the library doing this process thing here. I should be doing this.
So you got that out of this. Well, thank you, Al.
Oh, well,
Just
I
very
enjoyed it, and I
entertaining.
appreciate you listening to me.
You're busy, and I thank you for granting me this time.
Oh no, this is as much fun as I do.
Thank you.